Hello and welcome to the Traybakes and More cooking channel. I'm Callie and today I have another easy, simple, straightforward, traditional recipe for you. This is fruit soda bread. It's a bread, but it's a quick bread, so it has buttermilk and baking soda in there to act as the raising agent. There's no yeast, there's no kneading, there's no proving. It's all very quick and simple to pull together, mixing dry ingredients and wet ingredients. 30 minutes in the oven, and there you have it. Traditional fruit soda bread. Okay, before we talk ingredients, I am preheating my oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. That's 200 degrees centigrade. That's all the preparation we need to do, really. Get a baking tray at some point to put the loaf on. But in my big bowl, I have some plain flour, to which I'm going to add baking soda, salt and sugar. Mix that all together. You can obviously sieve it all in there together as well, which is a great way of making sure everything's nicely distributed. And then we'll add the dried fruit. I have raisins and sultanas here. You can use any combination of dried fruit that you like. And that's the dry ingredients. On to the wet ingredients. I have a beaten egg, I have some maple syrup, and I have some buttermilk. If you can't get maple syrup, don't worry, use honey or use golden syrup. I live in New England, so maple syrup is everywhere, and we always have some in the fridge for pancakes or waffles. I like to mix the three of these together before I add them to the dry ingredients. Just mix everything homogeneous here. Means you're mixing less over here, which is always good. Soda bread, scones, anything like that, you don't want to be overworking it or overmixing it. I also don't add all the buttermilk just at once. Keep a little bit in reserve in a little jug like this. It's much easier to add a bit of extra buttermilk than it is to try and deal with a dough that is too sticky or too wet. But that's it for the wet ingredients. Wet ingredients into dry, and that's our dough done. Right, that dough's looking pretty good. There's still a couple of bits of flour in there, but those will get incorporated when I turn it out onto my work surface. I'm going to flour the work surface, bring this together, shape it, put it on a baking tray, and into the oven. Now, as I said, you don't want to mix this too much. You certainly don't want to knead it. But all you want to do is bring this together. You might need a bit of extra flour. There's a couple of sticky bits there. But really, you just want to bring it together, shape it to make a nice round like this, and then transfer it to your baking tray. So here it is on my baking tray, a little bit of flour on the baking tray as well, and it's going to go in the oven now for 25 to 30 minutes until it's nice and golden. There's just one thing to do before it goes in the oven, and that's to cut your traditional cuts, slashes on the top of the bread. You do this for wheaten bread or any sort of soda bread. You can use a knife, obviously. I'm going to use my little bench scraper here. It's very handy for doing that. And that's it, fruit soda bread. Here we go, fresh out of the oven, traditional fruit soda bread. I have transferred it to my wire rack to cool. You could also wrap this in a cloth or a tea towel, something like that. As it cools, that will keep your crust a little bit softer if that's what you prefer. But other than that, wait for it to cool a little bit, slice it, butter it, maybe some jam, cup of tea. Traditional fruit soda bread. So keep an eye out for more recipes, subscribe to my channel, tell your family and friends, and I'll see you again soon on Traybakes and More.